I just there's a photo of myself and my beautiful wife. So I don't know if those people that don't know me, I'm a married man, very happily married man, and that's my beautiful wife. She's the general manager, and yeah, we founded this business together. I'm really proud to say I couldn't have done it without her. She's quite an amazing woman, but yeah, here we are. We've been in the walking market for over 20 years. I believe we're one of the best walking tour operators in Australia. We're heading to be one of the best in the world, and that's what we really pride ourselves on. But as I was saying before the webinar, I've been an avid walker and I've been a avid swimmer all my life. And as I've had hip replacements and the knee replacements coming up, I've sort of been a swimmer all my life and always wanted to do a swimming tour. So here we are. We've changed our logo, and life's an adventure. Swimming is only part of the adventure now as well. So there's our new swimming logo, and yeah, we're this will be our first tour to Fiji, and I only just came back 2 weeks ago from a recce, so it's all nice and fresh for me. So I'm really excited to share you some of the details of the swim. But as you can see, we've been in the business for a long time, won many awards, and yeah, I love a new adventure, and swimming is the new place we're heading. Um, Now, we chose the Yasawa Islands because they are just stunning. I've been to the mainland quite a few times, but the I just felt a little bit more away from it all and a little bit more authentic, a bit more cultural experience. So, as you can see, Yasawa Islands are a group of islands that are that are sort of northwest of Nandi. It's a good 2 hour boat ride from Nandi. You'll arrive in Nandi from all the flights, go into there and overnight in Nandi at the Sheraton. And then we head out the next day at 9 o'clock. So beautiful, beautiful area. Um, it's got a different weather pattern as well. It is quite much more warmer and beautiful up there. But yeah, I really loved it. What we really love about this tour is that we're bringing our brand of life's an adventure to the fore in that we wanted to create something that, yes, was all about the swims, and that's the main priority. But every day there's a cultural um, event that's going on. And if your partner isn't into swimming or you want to have a day off, there is plenty to do. There's mountain biking, um, there's there's a hike on the island, there's cooking classes, it goes on and on and on. You could do snorkeling and paddy diving. There's lots to do, not just swims. But I think from our first tour, everybody's registered that they want to go swimming every day. So we've got plenty of swimming. And the great thing is they're fully supported with a boat. And we'll go into each day where one guide's on a boat and the other guide is paddling out front or swimming and guiding the group. So I'll go into that a little bit more down the track. I'd like to show you a video of Paradise Resort, which is a 5-star resort. As you can see, beachfront accommodation, multiple restaurants. Restaurants are incredible. But you can see, beautiful location. That's some of the accommodation. There's beachfront and there's yeah, so just a beautiful location. All the facilities. There's 3 pools, sunset drinks. And when we're not doing program swims, you're more than welcome to swim outside the resort at any time. what I really love about this location is that it's in the mid Yasawas. So, oh, here we go. So basically, each day we recommend 2 to 3 kilometres of swimming. Actually, some days are more. You don't have to do all the swims. So some of the days we'll go through and they're up to 4.5 kilometres. I think there's one day that's 1.5. Usually the first day and the last day, because you're coming and going from the resort, it's just swimming from the resort. But we do have some pretty amazing swims that we go to around the islands and interact with wildlife. So there's as a group, there's going to be champion swimmers that can swim, a 120, 100 or faster, and then there's swimmers like me that are a bit more slower. We like to cater for all people, all shapes and sizes. So we'll have usually, a multiple pace group. The great the great thing about swimming tour is that we will have a support boat behind with a ladder at the back, so you can swim your light, as fast and as hard as you like, or you can hop on or hop off as many times in the support boat at the back. So basically, we'll have every day 4 staff. There'll be a boat driver, a coxswain, and then we'll have 2 staff. And so that staff, one of the staff will be on the boat all the time, and he'll be the head guide. He'll be a fully um, accredited surf lifesaver that's well acquainted with all the first aid things that might go on, and ensure the safety of the group. But also, we'll have a host as well, which is pretty much like a life's an adventure walking tour. We have a hiking guide, main guide, and an assistant or a host kind of person. Yeah, so that's a bit more there. We do pride ourselves on there'll be organised swimming once, twice, 3 times a day, but you can opt out of the swimming if you don't feel like it or you want to sit by the pool. There's 3 pools, by the way, and there's plenty of things to do at the resort. It's action packed. There's about 6 to 8 things you can do per day, which is yoga or cooking classes. Um, so which is good because if I brought my wife, I'm a swimmer. I'd be swimming every day, but my wife would probably like to do, sit by the pool, read a book, or do a cooking class, and she'd definitely want to do the yoga. So, it's a perfect paced program for active people and people that want the day off, or people that want to, they want to share their holiday with their partner, but their partner's not really into swimming as much. This really gives you a bit of an idea of where we're situated in the Yasawas. Um, Basically, we're right in the middle, which is great because we're really quite close to Manta Passage, which is day 3 of our tour, and that's incredible swimming with the manta rays. We go down south to Quarter Island, which is where the white tip and black tip sharks are, and we'll be swimming with those and doing a swim there. We're also doing a swim at Soso Village and doing a village visit. We can go into all these things. Plus, the highlight of this Yasawa Islands is the cave tour, and that's a bit of a transfer day, probably an hour and a quarter each way to get up there. But we love the location of Paradise Cove because it is quite well situated to see all the highlights of the area. Yeah, so day one, let's get stuck into it. Um, Arrival into the beautiful Paradise Resort, 5 star. I believe it's the best accommodation in the Asawas. I've seen them all, and I think it's one of the best. We transfer there. It's about an hour and a half. It's a beautiful, pretty good cruise. It was beautiful weather when I did it. We have a welcome ceremony. The Fijians are just beautiful at welcoming you, and sing and give a kava ceremony, which is really cool. We meet our guides, we do a safety briefing, and we have lunch. And then we do a lagoon acclimatization swim, which is outside the front of our resort, as you can see there. And we go up and down. I'll show you where we actually swim in another photo, but we do have sunset drinks that night on the other side of the island and a welcome dinner. So, pretty nice start to the day. This gives you a bit of an idea of what we do on day one. In purple is really a low tide or a high tide option where we do a box swim depending on the tides, and we go down the island, across the channel, and then along the opposite island, and then back into paradise, which is approximately about a kilometre and a half. So we could do that once or twice if the weather is there's a prevailing wind which is coming from the northeast that time of year. We might choose to just transfer to the other side on the other island. There's a beach over there, and then we swim up and down that island, and we do 2-3 laps of that swim. So just a good intro start day. We're thinking, 1.5 to 2.5. Good time to get to see everybody's strokes and how they're going and give advice and all that sort of thing. So good way to go. Then we start getting into touring and getting to see the Yasawas. So I really love this day. This is a great way to start off. We go over to, and in fact, all the staff at Paradise Cove are from Soso Bay village, where it's about 400 to 500 people live there, and they all arrive at 8:30 in the morning, do their day's work, and then they go home at 5 o'clock. And we've got an hour visit. We're going to meet the tribal leader. We're going to meet the school. We're going to see how they operate. There's no cars on this in this village, so it's really cool getting to see, and then seeing the village. And then we do that tour, and then we swim from the village to the point. So we'll go to that. Again, you see the blue line there. We're going from Soso village, and we're swimming on the right-hand side of Soso Bay to the point. This is very, very sheltered swim. It's about 2.7 kilometres. And as you can see, what a beautiful photo. It really hugs and goes over the reef, which is in that bay the whole way. So beautiful sheltered swim. You can pull out any time you like out of that. It might be 3Ks. You can do a kilometre, you can do 2 kilometres, you can do 3 kilometres. Go at your own pace. Day three is, in some regards, probably one of the highlights for most people of the whole week. So we get this done early in the week. We do reserve the right to change due to weather. This might be moved this day or that day. This is just a plan of action. But yeah, if the weather's good, and the weather's usually very, very good this time of year, we'll stick to this. But going to Manta Ray Passage is pretty incredible. So swimming, it's a drift swim with the manta rays for about an hour. So we usually time the swim in this day with the tides, and the first swim is a channel swim from Champagne, from the resort to Champagne Beach, which is a channel swim, and it's basically we'll do it only on a high tide to a low tide, and we'll be swimming with the tide. Yeah, we'll go over to that. Yeah, later that day we do a traditional Fijian Mikan performance and a group dinner at the resort. There's a photo of the resort. Yeah, as you can see, down the bottom of this slide is Paradise Cove. So we swim from Paradise Cove over to Nanuya Island, and that is a 1.5 kilometre swim. It's across a passage. Now, um, I I don't know if I've showed you already, but on every day that where there is a swim across a channel or there's a chance we might not see you, we're going to put everybody with a flotation device which they put around their waist and swim off with. So basically gives us, everybody's getting caps, but also we'll have a flotation device that just floats behind you, and so we got a better chance of seeing everybody. Yeah, but that's the swim. It's only done on certain tide. We all meet at a beach on the other island, wait for everybody, and then we head over to the Manta Passage. That transfers probably only 10 minutes, so it's not a very far distance. In the passage, we're going to drift dive for about an hour with the mantas, which is really, really cool. All this is weather and tide dependent, so we're going to do it on a high to low. And then you can see up the top where the Manta Passage is. We're doing a, a, a swim from the top of the island down to another beach, which is about 500 k's. Daisy, by the way, did a really good job of this. So don't, yeah, some of the distances aren't as, we're not stopping where it is, but yeah, done a great job. Anyway, day 4 is probably also a magnificent day and a must do. No, no visit to the Yasawas is complete without a visit to the limestone caves. These caves are absolutely sensational. They're in the northern part of the Yasawas, so it'll take us probably a good hour to get up to the caves, but the bottom photo is a photo of the island, and the cave system, which is the top photo, is yeah, where will be a limestone feature of the caves. But it's really quite an amazing thing to do is get in there and see those. One little thing is there is a sorry, there is a dive under the rock of about a meter. So some people might not feel comfortable diving under a rock to get to another cavern. So it's not compulsory to go into that other cavern. So we might have two groups. But we spent about an hour in the caves, and then we do a beautiful island channel swim. So we'll go to the next slide there. So as you can see, we go from the caves. It's actually a little bit further up. We start where the caves are there off that beach, and we head down the island, and then we cross the channel and go over to a beautiful sandbank island. These are really, really little islands here, but we swim over to the island. That's a 2 kilometre swim. We'll be wearing our buoys that day because we're crossing a channel, and yeah, every day is fully supported with a boat in the rear, picking up people. Then we, after that swim, we head to Blue Lagoon Beach Resort, which, as you can see there, we have lunch at the Donu, which is a Japanese restaurant there. Beautiful food, sushi, sashimi, lots of different meals, Japanese meals we can have there. And then they, as you can see, they've got a Hope underwater sculpture with corals. We learn a little bit. I'm sorry. We learn a little bit from the owners. We'll meet the owners that day of Blue Lagoon, a couple of Aussies that are from my suburb where I live in Newport. And they've started the Blue Lagoon Beach Resort, but they've also started a really cool sculpture with regrowing corals. So they'll tell us a little bit about that and how they started the resort. So that's a really amazing initiative. Go back, sorry, to that photo. After lunch and after that little talk, we're going to let the food digest. We're going to do a swim. And as you can see, this swim follows the reef. So it goes out to a segment out here. Does a nice big U shape. So we go out and then we come over to the southern end. There's a sandbank there. So what a beautiful way to finish. And that's a 2.2 kilometre swim that we'll do from Blue Lagoon Beach Resort to the sandbank. The boat will be waiting there for us, and unfortunately, we've got to leave. Actually, go back to the slide before. Sorry. When we leave, we actually go back to Paradise Resort, but on the way, I don't know if you know, there was a famous movie called Blue Lagoon. We go past the location where the movie was filmed at Yasawa Island, and that take some pickies and head back to Paradise Cove. Yeah, so this next day, our day 5, is on a Sunday. So we're really having a relaxed morning. There's not much going on. The Fijians are pretty religious people. And yeah, there's an optional church visit to see how that's done. And the singing in the church visit is just amazing. So highly recommend going to that. Then we do a reef swim and we're going to partially circumnavigate the island, which sounds really cool. So we'll go to the next slide. As you can see here, the blue is a swim that we'll do from Paradise Cove Resort. This has to be done at high tide and in good favourable conditions. So if there's too much wind, we're not going to swim from Paradise Cove. But as you can see, beautiful swim that partially does the whole island. We're not doing the other side because that's where all the facilities are for the resort, and you don't want to swim past all the barges and the wharfs and where the rubbish is collected and all that sort of stuff. So we're missing the ugly side of the island, but we're concentrating on the beautiful side. As you can see, there's another line in purple, and that's our this is also a very, very sheltered swim, which is, when you go to the Yasawas, you can swim anywhere in the world and see blue, but we want to maximize your time on the reef. And as you can see, oh my God, it's just reef, 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 reef every day. So that purple line is a 1.5 kilometre swim, which is from our island to the island below us, Narara Island. So that's another option, which I'm sure everybody will listen to the guides. If the weather's not good, we do have a second option, and that's our second option. Day 6, our last full day, which is going up to Quarter Island Bay swim. So we go to the bottom of Quarter Island. There's a really good snorkel there with reef sharks, which are really, really quite cool. We go and do the reef shark snorkel, and then we head towards Octopus Island for lunch. It's our island resort. Go to the next slide, if that's okay. And as you can see, we start our swim. This is mid-morning. You can swim from the point you see below to Octopus Resort. Now, this is a good kilometre swim to the resort, and some people might go, "Hey, I've had enough. I've done my snorkeling in the morning. Let's just head to the resort, and I'm going to put my feet up and enjoy the resort." Or you can keep on going and do a loop back. This is all beautiful swim over reef the whole way, maximising you looking at fish and reefs and corals and all that sort of stuff. So in total, that'd be a 2 kilometre swim. The one in purple is another 500 meters to the point and 500 meters back. We don't go quite to the point because where it gets rough. But yeah, it's a kilometre or 2 kilometres. Um, yeah, we have lunch at Octopus Resort. So it's really cool tour in that we don't just which are sister properties, Octopus and Paradise and Blue Lagoon. So we have lunch out at two different resorts, and yeah, great resort, beautiful resort. Not as good as Paradise though. So yeah, and then yeah, unfortunately we have to say goodbye. So our last day, there is a swim organised on this day, just from 7 a.m. till 8 in the morning. So you can do, which would be a same swim as what we did on day one. And there's options there. Some people might not want to swim, but there's an option there. And there might not be that great a swim that day because it's 7 to 8. It could be an unfavourable tide. Um, but that's what we plan. We can go over the other side of the island, do an up and a down, two, three, four times. But then we've got to go, unfortunately. So yeah, we head back to Nandi and say goodbye and head back to Australia or on to further travels. Um, what I really love about this area is the variety of marine life. Interactions with the manta rays, sea turtles, reef sharks, the coral fish, reefs. The reefs are probably one of the best I've ever seen in the world, compared to probably Lady Elliot in Australia. Yeah, really beautiful, intact reef. There wasn't actually a reef at Paradise Resort. It was all blown away in the cyclone in 2006, but it's been coming back. But I think all the swims that we've done over reefs the whole time, and we're maximizing your time to have a beautiful experience, swim and see what Fiji's got to offer. Um, if you know me, I'm a bit of a foodie, and I think the food offerings. There's two restaurants, as you can see in that top left, is the main restaurant. They are actually building a third restaurant, which is quite cool. I think it's going to be an Italian restaurant. So three offerings is quite amazing. So this is the standard restaurant. The breakfast was outstanding. All your different fruits. There was scrambled eggs. There was lot pancakes. There was lots of things to choose from. But the food and the Dona restaurant, the Japanese restaurant, was quite amazing actually. It had 10 courses. I died there twice. Just loved it. So yeah, really outstanding resort. I think a great base to. I think it's one of the best in the Yasawas, and yeah, there is a couple of other really, really good ones, but for the size of the resort, I think there's over 46 accommodation types. So there are some, really expensive places there, but they only take up to 10 people, a bit more boutique and smaller. But this is the biggest and the best that I believe in the whole of Yasawas. Who is this tour for? It's for everyone. But yeah, if you're an ocean swimming enthusiast, you're going to get your money's worth every day. Maybe the first and the last day is going to be tight fitting it in, but certainly the swims on day two, day three, day four, day five, day six are outstanding swims over reefs of 2 to 3 to 4 Ks, 4 Ks on one day. Great for couples because you've got beautiful accommodation, but also you've got that flexibility of someone can swim and someone can just stay at the resort and they won't be bored. There'll be lots of things to do. So yeah, the other thing is we pride ourselves on being able to have everyone. If you're not such a good swimmer, not a problem. We can put flippers on you. You can bring your own flippers. Or you can swim without flippers. So it's really up to you. Yeah, we think it's a great blend of of a cultural experience in Fiji. You can't just come and stay at a beautiful resort and not experience the the cultural, dinners and welcomes and meeting village visits and all those sort of things and cooking classes without, you'll get to see the cultural side plus have a very active, beautiful, relaxing week away. I think it's not just all swim, 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 and I'm exhausted. There is some afternoons and mornings where we don't swim, and you can, yeah, have some time to yourself. So it's a good mixture. I did want to also share with you that we do have a private island Fiji experience. So those of you that are interested in bringing a group along and you want your own rockstar helicopter arrival and the island all to yourself, all 11 bures, beachfront bures, as you can see in the photo, we've got another option. But if you're ones or twos or threes or fours, you're more than welcome to join the Paradise Cove experience. So we do have a private experience, which is the Navutu Stars Resort is located more north, but it has basically the same tour. So if you're interested in that tour, we can definitely send you some more information on that. Happy to do so. One thing we didn't say is that we've got two tours this year, and next year we'll probably have about 4 or 5 dates in 27. So if you're interested in 27, give us an email. We'll follow up with an email. But we do have two dates this year. One on the 9th of September, going for 5 days to the 15th or the 14th, and another one on the 15th to the 21st. The 9th to the 14th is basically sold out. I think there's only one spot left. And the 15th of September has already got 5 people on it. So fast selling. So if you want to get in and you've got more than one person in your group, obviously the 9th of September's out, but there is still vacancies on the 15th of September. Also, really wanted to just quickly share with you that we're branching out, and next year we'll hopefully have up to 10 swimming tours throughout the Pacific. And our next destination we're looking at is the Maldives, which is really, really quite cool. We've got 2 dates in October on the 8th and the 18th there, 7 days. They're basically the same amount of money. What I love about the Maldives one is it's not you can go anywhere in the world and stay at a beautiful resort. This is more experience in Maldives like a local, and we stay at beautiful accommodation, 4-star accommodation, but it's where the locals live. It's not a resort. So we'll be doing a webinar on that next month, Daisy, and if you're interested in that one, we'll show you all about that. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. That Maldives one's got the whale sharks as well, manta rays, turtle swims. So action packed, lots of interactions with the marine life. So it's pretty cool.
All right.
Bye.
See you all
Looking
in
forward to
Fiji.
meeting you all.
Yeah.
Night, everybody.
All right.
Okay. Night
See you
night,
in
everybody.
Fiji.
See you, Amanda.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
See you, Jen. See you,
Bye.
Carla. See you, Ronald.
Bye. What a